All right, so today I'm going to show you the three main styles of healing. There are going to be two of them which I use primarily. You'll see two different versions with Ace and Ava because Ace, when I got him, didn't know what much I was doing, and this is what I just thought was right for healing. With Ava, you'll see more of a flip because with her, I wanted something more stylized, you know, kind of cool, and you can just do it more on speed because obviously she's built for speed. Ace is built for comfort. But you'll see it. I'm gonna say one thing because I haven't said this in all the how-to videos. Unless you're doing it in your backyard or in your home, and if you're at a park or something, put your dog on a fucking leash just to keep them safe, keep yourself safe, and avoid any accidents, okay? So with Ace here, I'm gonna just do the J heel. Any trainer worth anything is gonna always prefer you to heel on the left-hand side. I think I said in one of the old videos, but with Ace, when we got him, we always did it on the right-hand side. No rhyme or reason, but for whatever, it just ended up him being on the right-hand side. So for him, home base is on the right. I'm gonna do it on the left just because I know he can do it, but instinctively he's gonna go on the right-hand side. With Ava, habitually, you'll see her on the left. Even when she's amped up and she's not thinking, she will always fall to the left-hand side as the healing because I did so much healing with her when she was a pup that she just knows if I go on the left-hand side and heal, she's not gonna get in trouble. So first one is just gonna be a J heel. Ace is gonna walk by my right-hand side and then a quick turnaround. I might do a one-step. I probably will do a one-step just to make it easy for you guys so you can see it. It's not a focus heel where he's gonna look up at me. If he does it just because, cool, but I'm not rewarding for that. I'm actually rewarding for him to be right here, right by my side, okay? Shit, what else was I gonna say about it? I don't know, it'll come back to me. So here's the first one. So, and again, always using treats just for the lure. I'll still lure with Ava because, fuck it, I got plenty in my pocket. All right, so here's the first one. Passes, quick turn. Yes, good boy. Do it again. Ace. Right. There's the turn. Boom. He sits. Reward. I think that's what I was gonna say. When you start really dialing them in, can I help you? Just came right between my legs. When you start really dialing them in, they might start looking as if they are not centered because they should be right in line with your body position, okay? So, but if you start noticing that, hey, they're looking a little left or right, straighten them out by a step forward. Another thing that may start causing them to go left or right is look at your feet and which way they are pointing. Sometimes, and it's no fault of our own, our feet may be turned either which way, but our head is looking somewhere else because we're looking down at them. So if their body is not in line, it looks like they're almost crossing you, pay attention to your feet because more times than not, your feet may be out of line as well and you're just looking, you know, kind of across yourself, okay? So that was on the right-hand side. You'll see on the left-hand side. Ace, left. One step to even them out. Boom. Yes. Ace, right, boom. Sits, boom. Ava, away. One step, straighten them out. Yes, good boy. One thing you can really do to make sure they are sitting fully, and this one I think I learned it from like Oscar Moore, not from personally or anything, but just from one of his videos, is pay attention to the tail. If it is flapping, because say they're in high drive and the tail is flapping, they are not sitting. Until that tail is flat and smooth and not moving on the ground, then you know it's a true sit. Because you notice it, I think I said yesterday on the focus heel, if you push down on them, that'll also help reinforce that sit, because that's what you want in a heel, is that they just go right there, habitually right to that leg, even their feet, even with yours, okay? Right? Yes, good boy. Nice. Left. Comes around. Step. There you go. This foot was a little too far forward. Hey. Hey. Good boy. Raising that hand up to reinforce the sit. So that's the J. This one will be around. So pros and cons of the J, they're gonna see them. They're right there. You see them in full view. But with the J, the around, where they literally come around you, they're gonna be out of your sight. So I don't know how anyone else feels, but I prefer not to have the dog out of my sight for any periods of time, especially if I don't know what's behind me and if they are not on a leash. It's 50-50. But again, with the lure, if you keep doing it over and over, and just like any kind of obedience, any kind of trick, if you may, as you amp it up, corrections will be needed, and this is where one of those will probably end up happening sooner rather than later. So here's the around. There's the lure, comes around. Boom. Yes, good boy. Go on the left. There's the around. Good boy. If they start getting out of line too, another trick you can do, you can take the step forward, of course, or you can start turning your hand, kind of like on that focus heel when you start doing turns. Get that hand away, and then the head and their body starts to pivot closer to you to get the body around. So because their head can only turn so much, eventually their body will have to pivot closer to you. And then once they do that and they sit and feel right next to you, then you can release them. So here's the around on the right hand side. Yes, good boy. That was good, Ryder. Even. There you go. Left. Yes, good boy. So nothing to it, pretty simple, pretty straightforward. Ace's mouth is wet. Again, with Ace, I prefer that sharp J, that sharp turn. With Ava, you're gonna see a flip. So if she was in front of me, rather than having to pass by or even go around me, you'll notice her head kind of stays right in center, and then her body flips around, okay? My biggest thing when it comes to this one, because I've seen even some good pros do it, they do it well, but problem is they don't lure enough. They end up just taking the leash and kind of forcing them and strong handing the dog around. If the dog doesn't want to do the flip because it's all in the hand and literally forcing their body around, I'll show you an easier way while you're doing the luring process. When they're a puppy, it's easy because they're hungry, they're amped up, and they don't know any better. But as they get older, it's going to be a little tougher. This is probably one of the reasons why I never did the flip with Ace. I never actually tried doing the flip heel with Ace, funny enough, now that I kind of think about it. But I'll show you an easier way if they're not getting it, if they're not just getting it by hand. I'll show you another way that they'll help get the flip. All right, so here it is with Ava. Ava. Front. There it is. And then the flip, left. Yes, good girl. So head stays center, and then the body literally just swings around. Ava. Nice. Can you go sidelines? Hey, buddy. Down. Hey, up, down. Edit that out. He didn't do it on the first time. Ava, front. Right. Boom. Okay. So on the hand, get it nice and close by their mouth, and then literally flip it and guide it to the left. Ava, legs, front. Here's the tree. Ready, left. Yes, good girl. Ava, front. Right, boom. Take it and then just spin it around. So here and then boom, just one smooth motion. With Ava, because she's so amped up, I am very okay with her placing her foot on my foot. I just know that by if she's touching me, she's near me and can't move. Not that she can't move, that she won't move. Downside of that is pro, she's right by you, you know she's there. Downside is if you release her, she pushes off, your foot hurts like hell because she's got some power, she's got some horsepower, and when she pushes off, she pushes off. Ava, left. There's the big swing. So you can see the space between her and me. So let's clean that up. There it is. Hand came out and just pulled her nice and close, nice and tight. Ava, right. Boom. Ava's small and tiny, so she has no problem, and she has plenty of flexibility to make that tight sweep with the, I keep saying, want to say her lower body, because I think I did lower body with some clients today, with her rear end. Want to try? I'll try a flip with Ace, see what happens. Good boy. That actually was better than I thought. And I am running out of treats. So I'll try one more with Ace on the flip heel. That was actually his first time actually trying it. Hey, let's try on the left. Front, left. Okay, so this will actually be a good time to show you the little trick if they're not getting it. Hopefully I just don't startle Ace. So I'm gonna get the treat here. I'm gonna make the same hand movement, but this time I'm gonna use my right hand. But with my left hand, I am going to literally push and guide their legs to swing around. So depending on how startled your dog is, it may be hit or miss, but it's actually a good little indicator. That's why I said when they're puppies, it's easy. So here we go. Boom. And it's okay if you're going slow. Yes, good boy. Just keep nudging. So don't worry about speed at first. Everyone's so focused or heavy on speed. Speed is relative. If it's not clean or if they're not getting it, speed doesn't matter. If they're not getting it and they got speed, you're just doing it fast and sloppy. So take your time. Make sure they get the movement pattern down first before you worry about speed, okay? Faster they are, faster they have to mess it up. So let's try that again, but on the left-hand side with Ace, I'll try the flip. Ace. Left. Yep, so now he's not getting it. Come on, come on. Ooh, see, this is what I was worried about. Yes, good boy. So that one he wanted to fight on, so he just kept taking a step back. Still kept pushing, kept fighting, so take a step back, and then finally I just had to move it forward, and that caused him to create that sharp pivot on his own, okay? Nice. Down. I am running out of treats now. I thought I had enough, but I guess Ace hogged them up. Ava, plots. Right. Ava. Yes, good girl. So once they get it down, I always start it based off of a front, but once they get it, then you can really start being creative with it. Start from different angles. you know, across from you, on the side, in front of you, behind you. So this way, again, the pattern just becomes habitual. So when they hear left or right, and those are just words I use, I should say. I just use left or right in front because I am lazy. You can always use your heel command as their left. So I'm not a stickler. I could care less what word you actually use to place a command on it, as long as you remember it and as long as they know it. It doesn't matter. Okay? Ava, plots. So she is in front of me and to the right. Ava, left. Yes. And I always do it to just make sure they are looking at me. Release when they are looking at you. So again, it's a good time to place that focus command on you. So they look up at you, their attention is on you, not what's around them, then you can release them. There you go. Left. Yes, good girl. Putts. Left. Right. So you can see, not perfect, not clean. Hey, right. Yes. Ava, left. Yes. So if they start falling behind you or in front, this is where you got to read the dog. If they're behind you, take that step forward so they are nice and even with you. If they are in front of you, you can always just, if you're on a leash, you can always give them a tug backwards to get in line, okay? You don't want to, if they're in front of you, you don't want to have to walk forward because you don't want to bend yourself to the dog. You want the dog to bend to you. Ava. Right. Yes. Front. Left. 360. Yes. And actually doing these videos made me have to get better on Ava's left, because sometimes I noticed she cheats and she was standing, so that's how another reason I found out about making sure the tail's on the ground, because if you're not paying attention, sometimes you literally just can't see what their rear end is doing. So pay attention, take your time. Again, make sure all the movements are clean. Here, again, different variations of how to heel. Get creative with it, build into your program, but it's a good one to have, so this way habitually your dog, no matter what, as long as you call it, they can never get in trouble if they are right by your side and right by you. And that's what you want, creating that strong bond, creating that strong dog, and you'll be fine, okay? Just be patient with it. Good luck. Talk to you next time. Done.